Really?
I mean, it hurt my arm for a day or two, but you know, any other shot's gonna hurt my arm for a day or two, because I'm basically a wimp. I don't know, but, you know, it wasn't exceptional.
Mary.
It didn't keep me up at night.
No.
How are you doing?
Yeah, both my shots hit me for 24 hours, and that was, after that, no biggie,
Yeah.
back to normal. No.
Well, we may not have video tonight. I don't know why it's not working.
Is there something I do on my end, Nick, or is it projector,
We can hear you.
Yeah.
I can see her right here.
Yeah. Nick will just act out your part. As
There
you're
you go.
talking, he will move around as if you are, if he is the one talking, so. Hey, Gene, how you doing?
Right there.
Yeah, hey, I'm trying to get this board meeting started, and we don't have video on the projectors.
I'm wondering, the instructions say something about N2, do you know anything about that?
Oh, yeah, sign that, look. See this one on, huh?
Yeah, the white one.
Ta-da!
There's Mary.
Hello. Thanks, man. Bye.
or? Hi.
It's
That's
good
new.
to see your smiling face.
Yeah. So you done horsing around, Nick?
Yeah.
We ready to go?
Done running things.
Okay. I will call the April meeting of the Board of Aviation Commissioners of the City of Warsaw to order. You should all have received your packet of information electronically, including, to start off with, the agenda and then the March minutes, meetings from the March 9th meeting.
I move we accept March minutes as written.
Second?
Been moved and seconded to approve March minutes. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carried. March claims. Nick, what in particular do you want to call to our attention?
There's not a whole lot out of the ordinary, unless you guys have specific questions about anything. We did have to get some, we were running a little low on some of our aircraft oil, so that's what the 228 for CMP oil is for. And then the $34,606.58 to Ascent Aviation.
Anything unusual in that NIPSCO bill?
Nope, just a,
Just coal,
yep,
okay.
Lowell's and Menards, I'm assuming, was the working of the interior.
yep. I would recommend that if you are out by the airport sometime, stop by the terminal building and see what the guys have done. It is really,
Amazing.
it's really nice.
Yeah.
They've got a new pay kiosk up front for pilots to go to right as they walk in the door from the ramp. And then they've also remodeled the tower area to make it a lot more efficient for some of the new stuff that we're starting to do with in-house maintenance of airfield lighting and things like that. So it's really exciting.
Anybody tested the bathroom yet?
Yep.
Try
Yes,
that?
Yeah.
definite
Work
improvement.
fine, take care of everything need to be taken care of? Okay, that's good.
I make a motion to accept the claims as presented, especially the Ascent Aviation for $34,606.58 and CNP Oil for $228.
Second?
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, saying nay. Motion carried. I would love to recognize visitors, but we have none this evening, so we'll move right on to the engineer's report. Mary, what do you have for us tonight?
Alrighty, let me share my screen. I'm sorry that you guys don't have this as a hard copy in front of you, but as Nick can attest, this has been changing by the hour today, it seems like, with some developments with the power lines. All good news. So first, with the runway project, we do have a pay request from Findon Brown. It's pay request number 4 that needs the board approval first. This has been reviewed by CHA, and we do feel that it is in order for the work that they have performed. So this is in the amount of $126,863.48.
Okay. Now, Nick, that's not something that's been sent to us or provided to us yet as board members, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. When you get a chance, I don't like to approve pay requests unless I actually get to see them. And that doesn't mean I don't take CHA's word that they're gonna review, but I like to see them too, but
Okay,
we can.
we'll get them to you.
Where do we stand with the final paint striping and stuff?
The last that we heard from Andy, he was looking to form that in April or May when the temperatures were, you really need the overnight temperatures above 40 pretty consistently.
Okay.
So we're almost there.
How much of that, what does that reflect in terms of percentage work done on Fendon Brown? Can you quantify that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that they are 95% done. We still have not released any retainage with them, so that we still have 10% of retainage that has been held as well, so.
Okay.
There's things that both striping, the paint, and the glass beads, as well as some of the grass did not grow as well as we were hoping it would. It just is not germinating, so we were giving it a couple more weeks, get some good spring rain, and see if anything else would pop up before we start tackling that with them, because there does, Mary, 80 or 90% coverage, something like
Yep.
that per the spec. So we're not there by any means yet. So we're keeping an eye on that as a staff as well.
And that was one of the items that we had addressed to look at with the punch list items.
So what's the board's pleasure on the pay request from Fendon Brown?
I'm willing to approve it.
Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay. Been moved and seconded to approve pay request,
That was number 4.
yeah, number 4, to Fendon Brown. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion granted.
The only other update with the runway is that our as-built surveyor was out today, and that was just to really capture as-built conditions, to get the new elevations of the runway, and to really just use that to help us build the as-built documents for the FAA requirements.
You have to let them know how things really turned out, right?
Right.
Okay.
Any other questions on the runway before we get into the all popular power line discussion?
No, I don't think so. Proceed.
Alrighty. So we have addressed all of FAA's comments for the grant application. We have sent over what I am calling the final draft, if you will, to them for their approval. We went back and forth with them on a number of items, but we finally addressed all of their questions and concerns. So now we are just kind of waiting for their blessing to let us go ahead and sign the grant application. obviously pending board approval tonight. So I just wanted to kind of walk through the board with you all the breakdown of the grant, because I know that we had originally looked at this last summer, and some of these numbers have just changed slightly. So for engineering fees, that is for CHA's portion, we are at $180,570. This is a slight increase. It was about $24,000 increase of what we had originally proposed, and a lot of that is due to the back and forth that we have been doing with FAA and AEP for this grant application. So that is within the independent fee estimate. So whenever you have a project that is over $100,000 with the FAA, they ask you to do have another consultant come in and do an independent fee estimate. So that fee estimate, you're allowed to go over 10% of what that independent estimator comes in at, and their estimate 10% over that is about 186,000, if I remember correctly. So we are still under that independent fee estimate. So that covers this 180,000. Then this 3,500 is actually what you paid the independent fee estimator to do that analysis for you. So Nick, I believe you've already paid that, but it's really
Correct.
just
Yep.
getting reimbursement from the FAA for that amount. So the big item is the AEP portion, and I can pull up their estimate if anyone would like to look at it. CHA has reviewed their estimate and finds that it is in order. So this does include the finishing up of design and construction costs. And one of the items that the FAA had requested from AEP was a certification letter that basically certifies this price that they have estimated. Since normally the FAA requires bids in hand for projects, this is somewhat of a unique situation with AEP, that it will not be going out to bid, since AEP will be performing the work. So we have received that certification letter, and that is part of the overall grant application for the FAA.
Mary, how locked in is AEP on that number?
How
How locked in are they? Yeah.
How what are they?
How locked in are
Locked
they?
in, I mean, is that a number that we can count on, or is it 6 months from now, can that number change significantly?
So, and I can pull up that letter, but they said as of, today's date, that included all costs and fees for design and construction.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we'll, when we send this application to you, Jay, we can highlight some of these areas as well, just so that you can review it. But the FAA did go back and forth with AEP on that, because at first they were just calling it rough order of magnitude costs, and the FAA said, no, we want you to really, say that these are more official. So they are calling them pre-final estimates.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially, they're still their best estimate at this point.
Yes.
Okay. Well, they're not terribly locked in, but at least if the FAA has leaned on them a little bit, maybe they'll be helping us lean on them if their numbers change significantly, I hope.
Right.
Mary, is there a validity date on that, a qualifying that price is good if awarded, or commencement by a certain date?
No, they did not list that there.
Okay, so next on the list I see is the CIAC Gross Up Tax.
Yes, and I know that I listed it further down, but we do have a legal counsel speaking with AEP Legal, and so there is some headway with that. We have not gotten official agreement that it will be taken off or that it will be needing to stay. So right now, it is included with this grant agreement.
Okay.
So when you add up these, this is the total, and the FA portion is here, and then the state and the board's portion is just under 400,000.
Okay.
So I did do the math, and if you do eliminate the CIAC tax, that drops your portion about $30,000.
Okay. So what would you like us to do tonight, Mary?
So I would have loved to have had an official grant application from the FAA that we could say, okay, this is what we're going to submit and what we are going to sign off on. Unfortunately, they are. I believe that we have 99% of what they need. They may come back here even in the next half hour and say that they need one other additional minor thing. So I would ask the board's approval, pending their review, that we could have approval for this. These numbers are locked in place, so these numbers will not change. It will be minor backup information that they may request. They may ask for additional clarification on something. These numbers will not change.
So, Nick, what we need now is a motion to authorize me to sign the grant application once it's in final form.
So moved.
Second.
Second, been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carried. Just get it to me when it's ready.
I am hopeful that we will have something to you, Jay, I think by the end of the week.
Okay. Well, I'm in jury trial Tuesday through Thursday next week, so I would just tell you that's a dead period because I got to concentrate on that. But other than that, I'm around, so.
Okay, alrighty, well, hopefully we can get it to you before Tuesday.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Nick, anything, I know that you've been on all of the correspondence going back and forth with that day, so if I left anything out, just let me know.
I think you nailed it.
Thanks. Alrighty, and then last up, we have received the permit set of plans from Robinson Construction. So we are reviewing those right now. They were with our electrical and structural teams, and we should have our review done by the end of the week. So.
Okay, good. Any questions for Mary over what we've talked about already?
Nope.
Anything further from CHA, or is that it?
That is all I had.
Okay.
All I have.
In regard,
That's always a lot, but.
in regard that, I left with Nick before the meeting some, the state application forms that need your signature, Jay.
Okay. I'll sign before I leave the building. Okay, very good. I'm sorry, did I?
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Nick, manager's report.
Well, with the fuel usage, we'll start with fuel usage report. If you take a combined number between jet fuel and 100 low lead last year and this year, we are almost dead even in fuel sales. So things are slowly, we're not dropping anymore. I'm not going to say we're going up too much yet, but we are starting to see some more transient. We've actually had a slight increase in just the last 2 weeks. And I think as more vaccines roll out, more corporate companies will loosen their travel policies, people will start moving around more, and I'm hoping that that business travel will continue to pick up. Outside of that, unless you guys have any specific questions on the fuel usage report or the income report, I did want to run by the plans for this veterans event that I've been approached about.
Okay. The only thing I see on the income report is we're close to hanging even here.
We're trying.
We're not too far in the red. So,
We're trying.
okay. Fire away. New business.
All right. That's the wrong button. Okay. Oh, Mary, do you want to see all this, or do you not? I didn't share the screen.
It's okay.
Okay.
If it's too difficult for me to see, that's fine. I can listen.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I've been approached by Goodwill Industries, the company. We do have a Goodwill in town, and they do a lot of work with veterans groups, and one of the programs that they do is called a stand down. They have not done one at the airport before. They've done them at the fairgrounds. They've done them out at Ivy Tech. I was approached about a month ago, and they are looking at doing this in July. During Fair Week, it would be about a 2 to 3 hour event. I'm guessing maybe 2.5 to 3 hours of setup, and then maybe 2 hours of tear down at the end. This area here, I'll zoom in. This is the Imager Gate. We would open up our park area over there for volunteer parking. And then we would bring them in. This is for veterans who need assistance, whether that is they need jeans or socks or toothpaste, toothbrushes. They've got all sorts of different vendors. And this area here around the outside, these stations 1 through 8 are where they can pick up those grab bags from different people. Down here are other vendor tables that are going to be set up with everything from Health and Human Services. Bowen Center will probably be out there, and it's a way to help veterans who are having anything from financial difficulties to PTSD, you name it. They have lots of different services available. They also offer a free hot meal for all the veterans that show up that afternoon. And it's just a way that they give back to the local community, and they would like to do it at the airport this year. I think it's a great idea. I ran it by my staff. We came up with this map, and we would love to host it. I think it would be a really, really good event to the airport, and it really won't cost us anything. We just have to do a little bit of planning the couple days before to make sure the grass is mowed and we've got it looking nice for everybody. I did talk to them, and we have a rain event set up. So in the event that it's just pouring down rain or not great weather, we're just going to stay on the tarmac here. People are going to come down the west side of the road and pick up some of the vendor products as they're driving down. They're going to come around in the parking lot here, and this is a location for some other vendors or food people to put the hot meals in the car. It'll be a boxed meal at that point. And then they would go out on the east side and pick up the other stuff on the east side of Foreman Drive there. All COVID restrictions will be in place, so volunteers and workers are going to be wearing masks. There will be social distancing in place as well. All of those cautions are being considered through this, and it is my recommendation that we allow them to use our space out here. I think it's a great event to be able to host at the airport and give back to our local veterans. They're guessing, they've never held it at the airport, so they don't know how many people will come. They are guessing anywhere from 75 to 250 veterans may show up for the event.
Go for it.
So as long as I've got your blessing, we'll make it happen. And I'll bring back, once the event is over, I'll bring back some photos and we'll show you guys. It's especially special for my employees because four of them are veterans, and so they were just absolutely ecstatic to be able to give back to some of their.
What date is this?
Knew you were going to ask me that. I want to say. I think it's July. Let me see.
Excuse me.
July 23rd from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
4 to 7.
Yep,
Okay.
and you are all more than welcome to come out, so.
I move we approve the event.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carried.
Are they using generators to supply any of their power needs?
We are working on that. They aren't sure exactly what all they need as far as generators. Do you have one if we need it?
I have small ones. I don't
Okay.
have any.
We've got a couple different ones through the fire department, through Ed Rock and EMA that we can potentially tap into. The Indiana Guard Reserve that helped with all the parking and that work through the airport or through the air shows has also volunteered to help with this. So we are going to have lots of volunteers, and I think it's going to go off really, really well. So
Good.
with your blessing tonight, we'll get cracking with all the planning, start getting publications out, do some advertising, and really start getting a solid game plan in place. So we're excited.
Okay.
That's all I have? Oh, no, I lied. I have a lease. We have a new tenant at the airport in our T hangars, in hangar 18C. His name is Brian Atkins. He just bought an RV, a Vans RV8, and I just need the board to approve him to be one of our newest tenant and to sign his lease.
Okay. And when you say that, that's an acronym relating to an airplane as opposed to recreational vehicle,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So if we could just get a motion and approval, he'll be our newest tenant.
I so move. We approve it.
Second.
And moved and seconded to approve lease with Brian Atkins, whichever it is. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion carried. I will pass this down for your signature.
And the next meeting is May 11th.
Okay. Any further business from the board?
Any troubles with John and flight training or no problem?
Nope, all's quiet. I know that they've still got a couple active students that are flying, and everything's going really smooth right now. It's been great.
Good. Well, absent anything further, I'll adjourn the meeting, and we will be back here May 11th, 2021, for the May meeting.
We need to sign both these or one?
Both of them. One's for us and one's for
Yeah, I
them.
only signed one of them, didn't I?
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mary.
Have a good one.
Where am I signing?
Bye. Authorized signature and date.
Any more than that one place?